As I reflected on today's readings and the life of Father Peyton, I was drawn to Luke's account of Jesus' healing through both word and touch. St. Luke, who had a medical background, describes the man who approached Jesus as being full of leprosy. This detail tells us that the man suffered not only physically, but also emotionally and spiritually. For in that time, leprosy rendered a person ritually unclean. It cut him off from his family, his community, and his ability to worship with the community. He was expected to live apart, carrying the weight of isolation and rejection. Unlike everyone else, we see how Jesus is not afraid to draw near to that man. Filled with the Holy Spirit, Jesus reaches out and he touches the man. Though ostracized and suffering, the man believes that Jesus can heal him, both physically and ritually. And so he cries out in faith, "If you wish, you can make me clean." And Jesus responds with compassion and authority, "I do will it, be made clean." And immediately, the leprosy leaves him. Reflecting on this gospel, I was reminded of the life and ministry of Father Patrick Peyton and the countless lives he touched through his preaching, praying the rosary, celebrating the sacraments, and pioneering the use of media for evangelization. The source of all this is Father Peyton's vocation as a priest of Jesus Christ, as a member of the Congregation of Holy Cross, and the deep faith that he received from his parents, John and Mary Peyton. Father Peyton reached millions worldwide through his rosary crusades and rallies, through radio and television and films. Yet something that has always been special to me is that he also ministered personally to families and individuals wherever he traveled, wherever in the large cities or those small villages. His ministry reflected the same pattern that we see in the gospel: proclamation paired with personal presence. In the film Pray, which tells the story of Patrick Peyton, there was a particularly moving scene shared by a man named John Leonard and his sister, Anna Kelly. In it, they recount how their father, Dennis Leonard, fell from a 6-story building one winter night and was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Instinctively, his mother called their friend, Father Peyton, and asked him to come to the hospital. Father Peyton administered the sacrament of the sick, and then he spent the whole night praying, cradling his hands around Dennis's badly swollen head. Though Dennis was not expected to survive the night, he miraculously lived, and he went on to enjoy many more fruitful years with his family, thanks to God's grace and those skilled medical personnel. Father Peyton would no doubt have preached often in his life on today's gospel, where Jesus heals through the word and through the touch. One of Father Peyton's deepest convictions was his belief in the power of prayer, its ability to sustain hope and to transcend moments of tragedy, such as that winter night in the hospital with Dennis. This belief also sustained him through the many challenges of his worldwide ministry, everything from financial struggles to the resistance to those who were either indifferent or hostile to his message. His perseverance flowed from his understanding of himself as another Christ, united to Jesus through his priestly ordination and able to pray in his name for others. And yet Father Peyton never forgot that by virtue of his baptism, all of us, all the faithful share in the royal priesthood of Jesus Christ. He constantly reminded parents that they had a direct connection to Jesus and that praying the rosary together as a family welcomed Christ and his mother into our homes. As Holy Cross Family Ministries continues today, Father Peyton believed deeply that prayer, especially the Rosary, is an essential spiritual tool for our families, bringing God's grace into both the ordinary and life's greatest trials. My brothers and sisters, as we remember and give thanks for the life of Father Peyton, may we be inspired by the faith of the man with leprosy, by Father Peyton's service to families, and by a renewed trust in Jesus, who continues to reach out and touch us whenever we call upon him in prayer. May God bless you and your families as we all seek to grow in union with God and our families, living out Father Peyton's firm belief that the family that prays together stays together.